You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A COVID-19 outbreak forced the Hanover Area School District to suspend in-person classes for Wednesday and Thursday. According to school officials, 10 students and staff tested positive for the virus, and 83 others are currently in quarantine. The district began its hybrid plan back on March 22nd, where nearly half the student body returned to in-person learning. The district's using contact tracing to notify students who have had close contact with someone that has tested positive. Spring break for Hanover area began last Wednesday and ended today. Students will be learning remotely for the remainder of this week, since Friday was already scheduled to be a virtual learning day. Authorities in Luzerne County are reconstructing the scene of a fatal accident that claimed the lives of 2 people. 35-year-old Crystal Stash of Dallas and 28-year-old Henry Abrams of New Jersey were killed when Stash lost control of the 2020 Tesla she was driving. Police are now examining the car, looking into recorded crash data and other evidence from the crash scene off of Route 309 near Sleepy Hollow Road in Butler Township. Authorities say the car broke in half during the accident. Investigators are hoping to determine the cause. Stash was a track and field coach for Holy Redeemer, a wife and mother of 3 daughters. A GoFundMe page has been set up by her family. Acting Secretary of State Veronica de Graffenried is reminding residents that the deadline to register to vote is May 3rd. Eligible voters can register by mail, in person at a county voter registration office, or by using the online voter registration system. Voters wishing to vote by mail must apply for their ballot by May 11th. The Pennsylvania primary takes place on May 18th. Voters will be choosing their party's nominees for seats on multiple courts, as well as a wide variety of county, school board, and other local seats. For more information on voter registration, visit votespa.com or call 1-877-868-3772. 5 female Republican state lawmakers from outside our viewing area unveiled a bill Monday in response to President Joe Biden's January 20th executive order banning gender identity discrimination. The proposal was intended to protect student athletes born biologically female from competing against athletes born biologically male but now identify as female. They argue that athletes born biologically male have intrinsic advantages over those born female, and that Biden's executive order goes against 1972's federal Title IX legislation, requiring girls and boys be given equal opportunities in sports, ultimately destroying fair competition and athletic opportunities for women. The lawmakers also noted that a student deprived of an athletic opportunity or harmed through a violation of the proposed law would be allowed to seek an injunction and sue for costs and damages. However, a spokeswoman for Governor Tom Wolf said he would veto the bill if it were to reach his desk. The Troop N Law and Leadership Academy will be making its debut right here in Hazleton. Our Philip Kaufman stopped by the barracks today to find out more and has the details on the latest state police program.
We're at the Troop N Barracks today with State Trooper Peters discussing the new program designed to strengthen the relationship between law enforcement and those individuals in the community seeking a career in law enforcement.
State Police has been exploring the opportunity of entering into what's referred to as an Explorers program, and we do have our Camp Cadet program, but for most of the camps across the state, that age ends usually around 15, and there's really nothing after that. From like age 15, 16 on through individuals seeking a career in law enforcement. So we're looking at the Explorers program and different ways that we can come up with programs to bridge that gap and provide information to individuals seeking a career, honest information and experience. And this is a program that is right at the heart of that.
The program is a free camp to those accepted and is modeled after the police academies that adults attend to become sworn law enforcement officers.
The premise of the program is to attract individuals in that age group from 18 and above that are interested in a career in law enforcement. They could either be high school students that are in an accredited VOTEC type of law enforcement program, or they could be college students, or individuals that, if they're over the age of 20, have at least 4 years military experience, so they would meet the criteria that it takes to enter the process to be a trooper.
So what can you expect from the program?
They're going to see physical training every time they're there. They're going to see military drill. We're going to expect them to deal with military courtesy, addressing people as sir and ma'am. As much structured and discipline that we can to mimic the academy in the best ways that we possibly can. So they understand that time management, no stress that goes into what someone would experience in an academy type structure.
The curriculum will include instruction on traffic, criminal investigations, and other police resources. Individuals will also learn time management, self-discipline, and teamwork.
If you want a career, whether that be a trooper, local officer, federal officer, this program is what you want to be involved in. Again, is it going to be tough? Sure. It's meant to be tough. Just like our academies are tough and they're rigorous. So we want people to experience some type of academy lifestyle, so they understand what they're up against when they go in the academy and they're not taken or overwhelmed by the experience. But again, along the way, provide them with really good training that if they do make it to the academy and the training they receive there, this is just going to complement what they're already learning there.
Those interested can contact Trooper Peters at the email or phone number listed. The deadline to apply is April 16th of 2021. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thank you, Phil. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton expanded its vaccine appointment schedule to include everyone in Phase 1A and 1B. The vaccine was initially in short supply, but hospital officials now say there's an ample supply to vaccinate everyone in Phase 1A and B. Appointments can be scheduled by calling the LVHN vaccine hotline at 833-584-6283 or by signing on to the My LVHN patient portal. Health officials remind people to continue wearing a mask and social distancing, even after receiving the vaccine, until the majority of the community is vaccinated. Coming up on WYLN News, last night's upset and an amusement park job fair, plus looking back on 2-star senior Lady Bulldogs with Coach Phillips. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Liz. I'm 5 years old, and it's gonna rain out. Bye.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Hey folks, this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to have Franmar Duran and Dr. Alex and myself. Let's bridge the gap. I don't want Spanish people to be afraid to come to our office, talk about pregnancy and chiropractic and laser. So come and watch the show.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander Greater Hazleton. If you were ever thinking about trading your car, bring it in now. Trades are at an all-time high. Bring your late model in, you'll get a couple grand more than you did a couple months ago. If you're looking for a car, we've got a huge selection of GMC, Buick, Chevrolets. We've got Nissans. We've got a whole bunch of vehicles. We even have Chad Thomas. We even have Chad Thomases. So if you're looking to buy a Chad Thomas, a Buick, a Chevy, a Cadillac, come see us at Blaze Alexander Greater Hazleton and see where we take the deals the other guys won't.
My bracket was toast from the beginning, but how'd you do? The Gonzaga University Bulldogs went into Monday night undefeated after a freshman's OT buzzer beater from near the half-court logo put them over UCLA 93-90 Saturday. However, one of the most anticipated finals in recent history, a meeting of the best two teams from the last two seasons, fell short of the hype and was out of hand early. With the national title on the line, the Baylor University Bears put the beat down on the Zags. Baylor cruised to a 19-point lead midway through the first half and never let Gonzaga any closer than 9. After a culmination of an 18-year rebuild, the Bears upset the Bulldogs in an 86-70 runaway and brought the program's first national title back home to Waco, Texas. Gonzaga may have been the favorite to walk off the court with a perfect record and bring the title back home to Spokane, Washington, but it was Baylor cutting down the nets. Knoebels Amusement Park will be hosting a job fair this upcoming weekend. The park's looking to hire hundreds of new team members for its upcoming season. Teens have the chance to earn some extra cash this summer. 16 and 17-year-olds can earn up to $5,500 based on a 40-hour work week, while those 18 and up can earn over $6,000. Some seasonal opportunities include game operators, costume characters, and food service positions. Visit Knoebels.com to check out all their open positions and mark your calendars for 2021's opening weekend, April 24th and 25th. Wyln's all-time OT hero Marty Burns was drafted to the news to get the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off season across our viewing area. This week he's chatting with Berwick Lady Bulldogs head basketball coach Bill Phillips. So let's talk sports. Here's part 2.
Now, when you look back, you didn't get the end result, but we'll talk about that last game because it's such a special place to play. But you didn't get the end result you wanted. But when you look at it in the hindsight, Wyoming Valley Conference Championship, you got your first win in the Hazleton area, and I know you'll mention how many years when we talk about it a little bit later. But the accomplishments that this team gave, not only to themselves, to your staff, but the Berwick community. You know, a girl like Katie Starr, we talked about it off air, 1,000 and 1,000. That's not something that's real easy to do. We're talking points and rebounds in a career. That's hard to do, but what your team accomplished in this season?
Well, it starts with our seniors. We started 4 seniors, and they did not miss one game all year. Katie Starr is she was a beast to be reckoned with throughout the year. And for her to have a double-double in every game except our last game, being double-teamed and often triple-teamed, we had other players step up. We have the motto that everybody's role might be different, but their status is the same. However, that does change game to game.
Right.
We missed a lot of players during our quarantine and injuries, and it seemed like the next person we plugged in had a career night for us, which everything just fell into place then.
And, you know, Katie Starr, she's going to go on to Bloomsbury. I know they're very excited to have her. Another young lady, and we could talk about the circumstances of getting her 1,000 points, Rennie Murphy. She strikes me as one of those players, I like to say quiet but lethal. You know, you don't think she's doing much, and then all of a sudden she strikes.
Yes.
And what a key second piece to your team.
It's a great 1-2 punch to have. Not many teams have that. Rennie worked extremely hard in the weight room in the off season. Actually, as soon as we shut down in March last year for the quarantine, she hit the weights hard because she knew she wanted to go into the military and to pass the physical fitness test. And when she came back, her shot she struggled with a little bit in the beginning of the season. And I said, Rennie, you're so strong now, just get to the rim. Great free throw shooter. Her percentage is probably one of the best in the league. So to have that accompanied with Katie Starr is a nice asset to have.
Coming up on Ashland's News Choice, we talk pulling over on the interstate on this Trooper Talk Tuesday in Community and You. Plus, leading the way into part 2 with Paul D'Angelo. Stay with us.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.
Hello folks, and welcome to our Trooper Talk Tuesday here on WYLN. I'm Philip Kaufman, and we're joined as always by State Trooper Anthony Petrosky. Welcome.
Good to be here.
Folks, today we're talking about a little bit of a odd topic, something that you may see when you're driving on the road, and something that we're going to kind of address here, which is you see a lot of cars pulled over when you're on the interstate. Sometimes it's for emergency reasons. Sometimes people, their car breaks down, and there are different circumstances where you see cars, but we're going to be talking about the dangers that come with when you're one of those people who may pull over for, going out into the woods for a hike or deciding that you're going to sleep in your car. And we're going to talk about why that's not so much of a great decision. So why don't we start off just the dangers that, putting a car on the side of the road, especially the side of the interstate, poses.
Yeah, so, this is for everybody's safety. The side of the interstate isn't the greatest place. And coming from a trooper who made multiple traffic stops on the interstate, when we do our business out there, we like to be as quick as we can, as professional as we can, but we don't want to be out there longer than we have to. So we recommend people, if you have to pull over on the side of the interstate, maybe you just want to pull over, be responsible, and send a quick text message, which is the right thing to do, that's fine. But pull over for long periods of time, stopping because the scenery's nice and you want to get out and eat lunch on the side of your car, we don't recommend that. Number one, there's a lot of cars going by at high rates of speeds. Number two, say a tractor trailer's coming by and they lose their brakes or they try to get off the road really quick and they don't see you because there's a car in front of them, they pull off and you're right there. We don't want that. We want to avoid that. So again, if you have to pull over, maybe plug something in your phone quick, check your GPS, that's fine. but then get back on the road. Now, if your vehicle breaks down and you need to leave it there, we always have troopers driving the interstates, making sure it's safe, making sure if there is somebody on the side of the road, we can help them. If we can, great. If you leave your vehicle there unattended, what we will do is we will check it out. We'll make sure the doors are locked. We will make sure that the vehicle's not stolen. We'll run the license plate. And then what we'll do, we'll put a little orange tag on it. It's called an unattended vehicle tag. And that lets all the other troopers know that it was checked. And it will be written on there that you have 48 hours to remove that vehicle. If it's not removed within 48 hours, then we will tow it. We can't have abandoned vehicles on the side of the interstate. It could pose a safety risk. So again, you have 48 hours. If you need to leave, somebody picks you up, go get gas and come right back, go get a tire, come right back, that's fine. That's not a problem. But again, we don't want people hanging out outside the interstate.
And so there's also this great thing called rest areas in Pennsylvania. So can you tell us proper, attending a rest area and why they should go to there instead of deciding, go for a hike in the woods or go to the bathroom in the woods?
A lot of times maybe somebody from out of the area is traveling through, they think, I'll stop here and go take a hike, but they don't know it's about to snow. And then PennDOT wants all the vehicles removed so they can have their plows go by and not hit vehicles. So there's a lot of circumstances that come into this, but again, it really comes down to a safety issue. And rest areas are great because sometimes people pull over on the side of the road because they're getting tired. And believe me, that is a responsible thing to do because we don't want you falling asleep while you're driving. But you have to find a safe location to do that. On the side of the road isn't. So again, use these rest areas. You could pull in there, make sure your doors are locked, and if you need to rest for a little bit, that's fine. But yes, use the rest areas or take the next exit. Go to a well-lit area, a shopping district, one of the parking lots there, a Walmart parking lot, where you can sit, there's people around, and you feel safe.
What kind of plans can people put in place to, make sure that they hit this or hit that, the proper road signs, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking into it beforehand, planning your route, knowing where the rest area is at, plan that you're going to drive this long, there's a rest area, there's an exit with hotels. And, if you're in Pennsylvania, PA 511 is a great website or free application you could download. It shows road conditions, weather conditions, and I believe it even gives you rest area locations. So something that really makes your trip easy and you can plan ahead.
All right, folks, if you're going out on those long road trips, I know a lot of us want to be out and about. Make sure that you plan ahead. Make sure that you're looking for where the rest areas are, where you can be staying. Don't pull an all-nighter on the road. That's super dangerous. And if you see nature or scenery that you want to stop, we have great state parks and different places to stop in Pennsylvania. You don't have to stop on the side of the interstate. If you are tired, find a rest area. If you are hungry, find a rest area. If your car breaks down, that's a whole nother thing. Pull over, but be aware that you're going to have to figure out a way to get that car off the road and make sure that you pull it off far enough off
all the
road.
way. And if they need help, call 911. We'll come out and we'll help you.
Perfect. All right, folks, thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Here on Trooper Talk Tuesday on WYLN.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander Greater Hazleton. If you were ever thinking about trading your car, bring it in now. Trades are at an all-time high. Bring your late model in, you'll get a couple grand more than you did a couple months ago. If you're looking for a car, we've got a huge selection of GMC, Buick, Chevrolets. We've got Nissans. We've got a whole bunch of vehicles. We even have Chad Thomas. We even have Chad Thomases. So if you're looking to buy a Chad Thomas, a Buick, a Chevy, a Cadillac, come see us in Blaze Alexander Greater Hazleton and see where we take the deals the other guys won't.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Paul D'Angelo's leading the way into Autism Acceptance Month for part 2 of this week's series.
And welcome back, folks. We are joined this week by CEO of Mission Autism Clinics, Paul D'Angelo. So we'll continue. Can you tell us about what led you on the pathway to founding MAC, and how you achieved that goal of making Mission Autism Clinics a reality?
So we actually had an opportunity back a year and actually 2 years ago now. As I mentioned in the last segment, we really like providing and supporting services for children in our community. We had an opportunity and were introduced to some folks that were providing autism services they were based out of Arkansas. And we really loved, their mission and their values and what they were doing. And, they were really bringing accessibility of these services closer to the families. And, we loved everything they were doing. And we came back and I talked to my dad about it and said, why can't we do this for the local communities that we support? And, he loved the idea. So we started going down the path and saw the major need in underserved areas of our local communities for services for kids with autism, and felt that this would be a great, impactful way to give back to our community. And we launched Mission Autism Clinics actually back in January of last year, 2020. And there was a lot of work that went into pre-planning and those sort of things, but we were able to do it. And like I said, we launched in January, and that went right into a global pandemic, which is pretty interesting. I don't think many folks in the future past get to say that they've started a business during a global pandemic. But it created its own challenges, and we were lucky enough that we weren't fully operating yet, so we were able to take what we were able to do and still push forward. And we were able to open our first facility this past year in August of 2020. So we got through a lot of the shutdowns and licensing and issues of the state being shut down, but we were able to push through with the team that we brought on board.
Thank you. All right, folks. Join us tomorrow as we go into part 3 on our third question of Leading the Way here with Paul D'Angelo. Have a good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com. We can also find LVHN's Real Facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. Look at Today's Weather is next right here on WYLN TV.